boundaries. And you may be saying, what? I didn't even get to do anything wrong. What happened? You don't let me do anything wrong. No. I don't mean boundary. I mean this boundary. No. Not that one. This one. Yeah.
That's right. We're talking about the first-person astronaut zero-G video game that you never heard of.
It mixes two of my favorite things. Call of Duty quick FPS action, quick multi-kill, and space. But the game has one major problem right now, one big fat problem, and that's no one's playing it. No one's playing the damn game. It seems to be only me and some Chinese dude called Choi are the only people playing this game. So from when I started this script into like 2 months in, there was about 99.9% of the player base disappeared, gone. It's December. There's no one playing this game. It is dead. 100% of the player base is gone in less than a year. It's been less than a year. This game feels good, and I mean really good. Gameplay, great. Graphics, amazing. Movement, out of this world. Customization, kill-tacular. Dopamine from every kill, dominating. So you may be saying, oh, Cole, so if this game has so many things going for itself and it could be a competitor to any FPS shooter, why is it dying and having so many problems? Well, yes, one of the biggest problems this game has is spawn camping. The thing is, there's no spawn protection. There's nothing to stop them from coming into your base, slapping you around, and calling you Jennifer. There's nothing put in place. There's not like these 2-second timer that's like, hey, get out of the enemy base, you bozo, before we send an orbital laser strike to your ass cheeks. Nothing like that. You would think that they would put something in place to stop people from spawn camping, but they implemented nothing. But you may be saying, what are some ways to fix this? How could they fix this? What? Cole, tell me, how do you fix this damn problem? Add some type of spawn protection and timer. The best example I could give is the Battlefield games, or even Star Wars Battlefront 2, where if you go straight into the enemy's base, you have a 10-second timer to get the hell out, or you will have cardiac arrest and die. Something like how Big Boss interacted with a fox die and instantly croaked. Something like that. So the thing is, game modes like Capture the Flag, like all these objective-based game modes, like King of the Hill, it'd be very easy to implement those things. I feel like it'd be really easy. You know, one side of the team, don't go there. Other side, don't cross to the other side. Seem very easy to do. The problem that might be a little fine-tuning and a little tweaking would be games like Team Deathmatch, and like a gun game. Things that require no objective base modes. I still do think that they can do a lot of things to make it work. Like, in any case, make a 2 to 3 second timer where you're invulnerable when you do spawn. Maybe if 3 seconds sounds like crazy or 2, give you like a second, give you something to react to. And maybe when you spawn in, maybe spawn you behind cover, because that's another thing. There's cover. There's like no cover in this game sometimes. There are moments where I spawn in and I float 2 feet in front of me and I get sniped from the other side of the map. Like, you just spawn in, and I do mean it ends up being sometimes you spawn in and you see the other enemy spawn in too, and it's just whoever can click on each other's head first wins. Now, I think one thing that they should really do is maybe if you're gonna spawn into these type of game modes, come into like a pod, like some type of space pod, and hell, maybe even make that a whole game mode, where it's just called like pod assault, where the moment you get shot into the area and you shoot out of your pod, the pod has become more covered, and now you just have a shit ton of pods just everywhere, and you're just like bobbing and weaving and like grapple hooking yourself and going around. Like, that's the game needs moments, intense moments like that, because that's when the game shines the most. Okay, now let's talk about the maps. I'm the map. Dora, I'm the map. The thing is, the maps aren't made in your traditional sense where you have one way of kind of moving through the map. These maps are made in this gyroscopic manner where you can move in whatever free way possible you want. These types of maps, I want to call them gyro maps, or 0G maps. If you have a cooler name than Zero G Maps or Gyro Maps, I would like you to put it in the comment below, and I will steal it and say that I came up with it and copyright it. Yep. But to be honest, I think that a lot of the maps look really cool, are very beautiful, and are very well done. The problem is you end up with some maps that are just too open and there's nothing there. There's just nothing. Like, I understand space consists of two things, and that's everything and nothing. It's like the whole game's movement is so free that it makes it fun as hell. Loadouts, individual customizable slots, personalized equipment, curated by individual to meet their gameplay style. That is what loadouts are. But in other words, you can pretty much create whatever class you want in whatever style you want to play to. So that is what a typical loadout is. But when you play one of these games, it's very important that the game tells you about your weapons and equipment, from your primaries to your secondaries to your tertiaries. I don't think Boundaries does anything bad when it comes to your primary and your secondary. It gives you a bunch of information and actually simplifies it. Accuracy / recoil, the ADS, the fire rate. It gives you all that information, and it tells you really simply red bad, green good, and you can easily maneuver through the systems and figuring it out. Equipment has the same information, but the problem is that that's the only thing it has, the same information. There's no description on what any of the equipment does. There's no other information or visualization on what it's meant to be used for. Like, to give you an example, there's a motion sensor, a snap sensor, and an ADS, and I don't know what any of those things do any differently from one another. Like, the game doesn't tell me at all what it does. It just gives me the name and the basic stats of what they are. That's it. That's the only information I get. And the thing is that you can try some of these in a shooting range that they have built so you can test out the weapons and the equipment, but the thing is, they do not work with the dummies, so I still do not know what they do. Hell, there's an equipment called the Hive, and I swear to you, it's built there to just do nothing. I hit the number 3 on my keyboard to activate it, and I'm just tick, 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 and it doesn't do anything. And so it's just there as useless equipment to keep me heavy. And the thing is, there's no description on what it does, so I don't know if I'm missing out on whatever this thing is. Like, what is it? Is it supposed to, like, lock on, home on? The only thing I know about it, it has 25 ammo and does 40 damage, and I don't even know if it doesn't even do that because it won't activate when I press it. Like, there's also a Sparrow and a Probe, and I don't know what they do. I have no idea what either of these two items do. Is the Sparrow like a spear? Am I gonna be hunting Space Nessie? What does it do? The Probe, am I gonna use it to shoot into someone's ass and then it'll blow them up like Destroy All Humans 2? I have no idea what these things do. There's no video description, there's no actual description, there's no information. It's just giving you the basic stats. And I think that if they did maybe the top or the bottom corner of the equipment showing a picture, a video of what it does with a description, maybe that would be good. But I shouldn't have to use this tool in combat to figure out what it does, because it also doesn't do anything when I'm in the training areas. And the thing is, those two items that I mentioned last, the Probe and the Sparrow, those are locked until you become a higher level. But the thing is, no one's playing the game, so I will never know what the hell these two things do. Okay, so here we're gonna go with a little bit more of a in-depth of other things. I didn't know how to categorize this, but besides my final thoughts, I just don't know how long these next part is gonna be. I believe this game has the potential to compete against other FPS genres and even Call of Duty, but the problem is that it needs to add bots, it needs to add player-side servers, and it needs to add PvE content. It needs to add these things because right now the main servers are dead.
And the thing is, if there's no one playing the game by themselves, at least turning on the game, no one's gonna come back to play the multiplayer either. So if you have no engagement in the game, you're not going to grow.
Like Star Wars Battlefront 2, you can play the game offline and still enjoy it. If you don't have that type of mechanic or that thing where you're, hey, I don't want to play online, I still want to play the game though, you're not going to get people playing this game. And I think that's the main problem. The other thing that they could do is maybe make it free to play, but I think free to play is not a good idea for this game at this moment. The only thing you're going to be doing if you make it free to play is you're going to be finalizing the coffin, and you're going to just have people who just cheat like crazy. For player side servers, I think the best example I can give would probably be Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005. You can pretty much make your own lobbies, have people come in, mess with the bots, make the bots more difficult, make them stupid. And that's what I think they need for this game, for people to come back and be like, oh, I can still play this game. I don't have to play online with all these crazy people who just 360 no scope all the time. Pretty much letting people play the game because the main servers are dead. Just let the people play with their friends or with themselves. Yeah, I am pro by playing with yourself. And to be honest, for PvE content, you don't even have to go crazy with it for starting off right now. You could do something really simple and literally copy, again, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 had one of the coolest game modes I have ever seen in a game, and that was Galactic Conquest. So for those who don't know what Galactic Conquest is, it is a game mode in Star Wars Battlefront 2 where you're in charge of a galactic fleet, and you can pick from any era of Star Wars and from any fleet of the Star Wars eras, and you will go throughout the galaxy conquering planet by planet. All the little red dots, the planets that are taken by the bad guys, and all the blue ones are yours. And it's really cool because the thing is, you're not the only one in charge of a fleet. There's an AI who has their own fleet who is trying to do the same thing you're doing. They're trying to take over the galaxy. So while you're over here trying to take up and protect, like take over their pieces of the board, they're over there on the other side of the galaxy taking your pieces of your board too. And you may be wondering, okay, what does that have to do with any of this? I believe that the game would prosper a lot if it had a similar game mode, but call it Orbital Conquest. Yep, that's right. Could just be a simple game mode where all the different maps are already put out around the orbit in Earth. Two different teams. There's like, let's say the Russians and the United States, or whatever it is you want to do. And you have your little fleet and they have their little fleet, and you're just going through each map, fighting each other in different game modes in different parts of different maps to conquer the Earth's orbit. I think that would be an amazing thing, a simple PvE thing that will already bring me back if they did something like that. If any developer from this game sees this video, please contact me. I want to talk about Orbital Conquest so much and all the possibilities and all the things you can do to make this awesome. Hell, you don't even have to just make it PvE. You can make it some type of PvP thing where you have people vote on where they can go next and which game mode they want to do to continue conquest. But to go back to free to play, I don't think the game should go free to play. I think that should be a last minute thing. If all these things somehow manage to fail, all these things that they fix, you know, they added server-based, player-based servers, bots, add bots in the dedicated servers. If they do all this and that galactic, you know, add the galactic or orbital conquest mode that I want them to add, if they do all that and it still seems like they're not retaining people, maybe then do it free to play. I don't think that it should be free to play right now because it has the game still has some problems that they need to fix and address before they do any of that. Like, I really love this game and it kills me to see it die in less than a year. The thing is, I still see the developers talking. I still see them trying to communicate. Like just recently, the last known dev talk that they had with the community on Steam was November 11th or something like that. I gotta look it up. I don't remember which one it was, but they were still communicating about the things that they want to do. They had a Q&A and they're like, our ideas for PvE, for bots, for this, for that. Like they seem like they want to do it. And I don't believe that this game was just an abandoned cash grab. It seems like they put too much effort into this game for that to be a thing. I do hope that this video does get spread around to the 15,000 people who bought this game, because I would like to see what your opinion on this is. What do you think they should do to this game to make it be alive again? What made you, actually even better, what made you want to leave playing this game? What made you want to turn this game off? If those were the things, write it down in the comment section. Tell me. I want to discuss. I want to know what's going on. I also, if any developers, and I think that's about it. Please give me feedback on this video. I've been working on this script for a long time. I've been coming in and out, on and off. I wasn't gonna do this video at all, actually, at one point. I hope I can, and I hope the developers take what I say and maybe apply it, and hopefully don't take it as me going after them. I don't want that. I really do love this game, and I believe it can be very good, and some type of different, fresh competition to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty isn't trying anymore. And if these people can like put a little more pep in their step, they're gonna be eating Call of Duty's their candy. Took too long, now your candy's gone. That's what happened. Okay, well, you guys have a good one, and bye.